cereal and pulse based fermented foods. Cereal based fermented foods are there. There are different varieties in them. And there are also foods that are solely based upon the pulses. Pulse based fermented foods are also very popular. But more popular are the foods that have a combination of cereals and pulses. Let us now see about the details of the cereal and pulse based fermented foods. A global interest in rice and its fermented product is increasing due to their caloric value, unique quality characteristics, and high acceptability. In most of the countries, rice is fermented either by using mixed cultures into alcoholic beverages or by natural fermentation into leavened batter or dough, which are usually baked or steamed. Idli is a very popular cereal and pulse based fermented food. Traditionally, the product is made from naturally fermented batter prepared from a mixture of milled rice or riza sativa and dehulled black gram dal, Phaseolus mungo, the proportion of which varies. Sometimes it is added in the ratio of 4 is to 1, or it may be 5 is to 1 or 6 is to 1. It depends upon the amount of batter that is derived from the black gram dal. Cereal legume based foods are a major source of economical, dietary energy and nutrients worldwide. Idli is a popular traditional fermented food prepared and consumed throughout India, particularly in the southern parts of India and many parts of Sri Lanka. It is consumed mainly as breakfast along with chutney and sambar. It is acid leavened steamed cake made from rice and hulled black gram dal. The major ingredient used in the preparation of idli is rice and black gram dal, which is soaked and then it is ground, but it is available in the form of steamed and leavened food product. Among the fermented food of India, idli, a fermented steamed product with a soft and spongy texture, is a highly popular and widely consumed breakfast or a snack food in India. This traditional food is a good source of protein and calorie. They are easily digested and often used as a food for infants and invalids because it does not employ fat in its preparation and it is steamed, therefore, they are easy for digestion. Normally, idli fermentation is a natural fermentation. There is no addition of microorganisms, but it is a natural fermentation. Sometimes sour buttermilk or yeast is added to enhance fermentation. The essential physical change in the batter is that it becomes leavened by carbon dioxide gas and a pleasant flavor develops. So there is increase in volume and we find that the batter rises because of the liberation of carbon dioxide gas, and as a result of fermentation a nice flavor develops in the idli batter. Kanchipuram idli is a type of popular idli among the Tamil indigenous people. During its cooking, cashew nuts, ghee, salt, pepper, ginger, and cumin are added to enhance the taste of the idli. In idli, made with 1 is to 1 proportion of rice to black gram, batter volume increased by about 47%. The amount of the batter increases by 47% and the pH reduced to 4.5. The total acidity increased by 2.8% during 12 to 15 hours of fermentation at 30 degrees centigrade. So this was a research finding which showed the different changes that took place in the idli batter when it was allowed to ferment for about 12 to 15 hours. Common finger and foxtail millets are substituted for a proportion of the rice in making idli in combination with black gram dal. The general ingredients that are used in the preparation of idli is the parboiled rice and the black gram dal. Instead of the parboiled rice, millets can also be substituted, like 2 parts of rice with 1 part of black gram dal. Even total replacement of rice with the common millet yielded idlis that were acceptable in flavor and texture. Instead of part of replacement of the parboiled rice, even the entire parboiled rice can be replaced with that of the millets. Usually 4 parts of parboiled rice is taken for every 1 part of black gram dal. This 4 parts of parboiled rice can be replaced with 2 parts of millets and 2 parts of parboiled rice along with black gram dal. They can be prepared in the form of a batter and allowed to ferment and prepare idli or dosa from them. Or otherwise, the entire parboiled rice can be replaced with that of a millet. The content of both thiamine and niacin gets increased, but riboflavin remained the same. In idli preparation, instead of rice, varagu and soybean or green gram instead of black gram are also used. So you can replace the millets with the parboiled rice, or you can replace other type of dal in the place of black gram dal. The lactic acid bacteria that were found in the fermented idli batter were Leuconostoc mesenteroids, Streptococcus faecalis, Lactobacillus delbrueckii, Lactobacillus fermenti, Lactobacillus lactis, and Pediococcus cerevisiae. They were found to be responsible for the fermentation process in the idli. The microorganism essential for leavening the batter and for the acid production in idli is the Lactobacillus mesenteroids and the Streptococcus faecalis. This flowchart shows the idli preparation process. Black gram dal is taken. They are washed and soaked for 5 to 10 hours. After they are soaked for about 5 to 10 hours, the skin is removed and it is ground in a mortar or a grinder. And the parboiled rice is taken. It is washed and soaked for 5 to 10 hours and it is ground into a paste which may be coarse in a mortar or a grinder. Both of these should be combined. Combine the slurries into a thick batter and mix well. The black gram dal batter and the parboiled rice batter, they are mixed together. They are mixed well after they are ground. Salt is added and then it is incubated overnight. It is left in a warm place, that is at room temperature, which is at 30 to 32 degrees centigrade. And then the next day they are poured in the idli plates, or they can be poured in a small cups, and it should be cooked in an idli cooker. Steam it for 10 minutes and the idlis are ready for consumption. This is the flowchart which shows the preparation process of idli. In this image shows the different types of idlis that have been prepared. The first image is the preparation of idli using the parboiled rice, and this is the preparation of idli using thinai or the foxtail millet, and this is varagu. This is the idli prepared out of ragi. This is the idli prepared out of bajra, and this is the idli prepared out of kudrevali, and this is samri. So these are the different types of idlis that can be prepared either using rice or using different types of millets. Dosa is another fermented dish like idli, mainly found in the South Indian region. Dosa batter is similar to idli batter, but the batter is thinner. After fermentation, the leavened dosa batter is baked on a hot pan, or using a tawa as a thin, crisp pancake and eaten with chutney and sambar. A dosa suspension is prepared by grinding wet rice, that is soaked rice, and black gram separately with water, like we prepare the idli batter. The two suspensions are mixed and allowed to undergo natural fermentation for about 8 to 20 hours at room temperature. To make a dosa, the fermented suspension is spread in a thin layer on a flat heated plate which is smeared with a little oil or fat. A sol or gel transformation occurs during the heating, and within a few minutes, a circular, semi soft to crisp product resembling a pancake is ready for consumption. In dosa preparation, instead of rice, wheat or bajra can be used, maize or even varaga can be used. Sprouted peas, cowpeas, field beans, soya beans, or fresh groundnut oil cake can be used in the place of black gram, and they can be used to prepare the dosa. During fermentation, the volume of the batter doubles, and as fermentation time increases, the protein content of the batter also increases. The regional names of dosa differ across India. In the state of Odisha, the dish called chakuli resembles dosa. Primary ingredients in chakuli batter are the parboiled rice and black gram. Spices such as ginger and onion are also added while seasoning. Susape dosa, another type of dosa, is prepared from the boiled red raw rice. Preparation of susape dosa includes grinding boiled red raw rice with aniseed, palm jaggery, and salt, followed by soaking for 4 to 5 hours in water. After soaking, it is cooked in a dosa pan. Dosa is a breakfast food in South India. It is more digestible and nutritionally dense, and hence is recommended to elderly people and children also. It is consumed with chutney, sambar, or curry in all the seasons. The image of dosa is here. The next fermented cereal and pulse based food is the kallapam. Appam or appam is a very popular breakfast item from Kerala. It is also made in Tamil Nadu and Sri Lanka. These are spongy pancakes made with fermented raw rice and coconut batter. It is also known as pal appam. Traditionally, kallu or the toddy was added to the appam to aid fermentation, thus giving its name kallappam. Nowadays, yeast is used instead of the toddy. People who cannot find yeast or do not prefer yeast can also use cooking soda to the batter just before making the appams. There is another type of appam known as the vellappam, which is quite similar. Palappam batter is thinner and it is made in the traditional appachatti or the appam pan. Vellappam batter is thicker and is made in a normal pan. Parboiled rice and raw rice in equal proportion are soaked overnight. Black gram dal is also soaked. It is dehulled, that is, skin is removed, and they are ground into a smooth, thin batter along with soaked fenugreek seeds and coconut. This is left overnight at room temperature for fermentation. During the preparation of kallappam, fermented toddy is added to the batter as an additional source of lactic acid bacteria. The fermented batter is prepared into either a steamed cakes idli or as dosa in a dosa pan before it gets sour too much. This is the image of the appam. The next fermented product very popular in North India is the dokla. Dokla is also similar to idli, but black gram is replaced by Bengal gram in its preparation. A mixture of rice and chickpea flour, which is the Bengal gram flour, is used as a substrate for the fermentation. As in idli preparation, the fermented batter is poured into greased plates or cups and steamed in an open steamer. A significant improvement in the biological value and net protein utilization of dokla occurs due to fermentation. Lactic acid bacillus contributes lactic acid and acetoin, imparting sour taste and a pleasant flavor to dokla. In dokla preparation, coarsely ground meals of wheat, maize, varagu can be used instead of rice, and soya bean, peas, red gram, moth beans can be used instead of Bengal gram. This is the flow chart which shows the preparation of dokla. Bengal gram dal is taken. It is washed and soaked for about 4 to 6 hours and it is finely ground in a grinder. And the rice is taken, it is washed and soaked for 4 to 6 hours, and it is coarsely ground in a mortar. Both of them are combined into a slurry, into a thick batter. It is mixed well, and add approximately 1 part of curd to this batter. It is allowed to incubate, it is allowed to stay overnight. It is incubated at a warm place, that is at a room temperature, which is at 30 to 32 degrees centigrade. And add green chilies and table salt to this batter. Add the batter on greasy plates and steam in a pan. They are cut into squares and they are seasoned with coriander leaves, green chilies, mustard, and asafoetida. This is the image of the spongy dokla. In this segment, we saw the various foods that were prepared out of cereals and pulses, the cereal and pulse based fermented foods, the like the idli, dosa, kallapam, and dokla. Thank you.